Light, you should head back to the ruins and find your way to the galleries or the mural.
Go ahead and board the train.
Sorry, Lightning, but I am the boss and all. I can't be seen waltzing off and leaving the Dead Dunes. When you come back, I'll find you again.
You really want to see the tears of an angel, don't you? Well then, let's see. The price for today is... I'm so sorry. I know this is getting old, but I don't think I can sell them to you after all.
Look, if you can't sell me any, why don't you just tell me in the first place?
Well, let me ask you this. Why do you insist on buying them when they're not what you're after in the first place? I know deep down, you really want something else.
You're a mind reader too?
Don't be coy. It's just that I can read people sometimes. I can sense what they're after.
Look at you, blessed with all these hidden talents. Alright, what is it that I'm really after?
No need to be snide. What you're after is gone. Never to return. You lost something that was dear to you. An irreplaceable bond of some kind.
Who the hell are you?
I'm just a kid that's always been a little bit more perceptive than others, that's all. For some reason, I can sense what people want and how they're feeling. My tears are therapeutic for them.
I don't understand how it is that your tears can help people with their problems.
Well, everyone's been alive for so long now, their hearts are old and worn. They don't know how to feel anymore. Their tears have all dried up. People have lived for so long with feelings of sorrow and despair that it's become a natural part of them now. They don't even notice it anymore. They can't cry because they've forgotten how. That's why I do it for them. When people see my tears, it helps them remember how they used to feel. I think people should be able to laugh when they're happy and cry when they're sad.
The angel's tears you sell mend people's hearts. I'll admit, that's admirable.
I believe you can't smile a genuine smile without being able to cry genuine tears. I just help them remember what it's like. But I can't heal you with my tears. That's why I don't cry for you. Sorry.
Then what about you? Do you ever cry for yourself to mend your own heart?
Huh? For me? No, I haven't done that in a long time.
At least not for centuries, I'm guessing.
I think so. Why do you ask?
Just curious. She heals people by crying for those who can't, but she can't cry for herself. Her tears have become nothing more than a tool for her trade, an item to sell. No one seems to notice that, like everyone else, her heart needs healing too.
Miss Mighty Savior, what can I do for you on this fine day? You did it! You made someone's prayers come true!
going to pick up my kids.
Tell the bigwigs at the order.
Oh, it's you again. Thank you for taking such an interest in my friend's story.
Who wouldn't? A young reporter driven by a passion for truth pursues a major case of corruption, ultimately driving an innocent woman to commit suicide. But the story's not over yet, is it? I'm curious, what happens next?
He was beyond distraught. Nothing could console him. He came to realize that the pen really was mightier than the sword. And he had used his sword to punish the wrong person. And then he... I can't continue like this. I just can't. I need to tell you the truth. Or rather, I thought death was the only form of penance.
I suspected you may be hiding something.
I apologize. I've been lying to you this entire time. I had no such friend. The reporter, the one who killed the innocent woman, that was me.
I had a feeling. The way you've been telling the story seems to be hitting a little too close to home.
The reporter in me died long ago. I handed in my letter of resignation immediately, of course. Along with my life as a writer, I buried my precious pen. The burial ground is now a storage area somewhere in Old Town. Underneath the dirt lies the tool of my trade, and a part of myself.
So why tell me this now? What's the point in dredging up the past? It can't be easy for you.
To tell you the truth, I don't really know. I guess I've been wanting to tell someone before it was too late. People need to know what happened. As a warning, if nothing else.
Too late? You're not thinking of...
No. I've been dead for a long time now. The day I quit my job is the day I quit being me. That's the day I quit living. You see, I'm as good as dead. I'm nothing more than an empty shell of a person.
Old Town. I have something that might belong to you.
Oh, you found my pen. During my days as a reporter, I never went anywhere without it. It was a gift from one of my fans.
Doesn't this pen remind you of a time you wanted to help people? When you were still naive, but fiercely determined?
Yes, long ago, when I wanted justice for the world. But I realized my pen is a deadly weapon. My writing is lethal. I wasn't aware of my own powers. That's what drove an innocent woman to take her life. And that's why I quit my job as a reporter and threw away this pen. Do you know how it feels to have someone's death on your conscience? The only way to make this right was to quit what I love most.
So what did you fix?
Huh?
When you threw away your career and gave up on the world, quit on life, how did any of that help anyone? Did that make anything right? It was just an excuse for you to run and hide from your past.
Then what am I to do? Writing. It's the only thing I ever knew. But it never occurred to me that my passion could end up hurting those around me. My prized treasure turned out to be a weapon.
The pen can harm people, but it can also protect the public.
You think I should start writing again? I don't know if I could do that. Or should do that.
You should, if you truly want to make things right. You've learned something important, the power and influence your writing has. People grow by learning from their mistakes. It's impossible to forget what happened in the past. But use that knowledge and do what only you can do.
Do you really think I can? All right, I'll do it. Starting over will be tough, but I'll try. You've returned my pen to me, but what's more, you've given me hope again. Thank you. Thank you.
This broadcast is brought to you by the... This is the Order of Salvation. The time is now 6 p.m. Please pray. May the light from the ocean. Please pray. May the light of the moon dispel the chaos.
We've got your potions, we've got your salves, we've got...
The Yusnan train is now arriving.
Go ahead and board the train.
Chocobocolina! The canvas of prayers is ready for your viewing pleasure. Here, this is for you. Get over that.
You look really upset.
Yeah, bet you can't guess why.
Don't tell me. You were dumped.
No. I mean, yeah, I guess so, pretty much. We were supposed to go on a date. It was set. I made us a reservation at the Banquet of the Lord. Do you know how hard that was to get?
Being stood up is never fun.
Yeah. Now I've got to cancel it. I can't go alone. Unless, that is, you want to go? Then it wouldn't be a total waste, would it?
Wow, how could I say no?
I know. I'm not good at talking to women. I just wanted to sit and watch the fireworks together. My girl looking gorgeous in her best dress, the colorful lights reflected in her eyes.
Did you just get asked out on a date? Do not... Not really going, are you?
He wasn't serious.
Are you sure? He might end up in the Banquet of the Lord at a table for two, waiting for you to show up.
That's really his problem, not mine. I'm not obligated to keep him company.
Welcome, everyone, to the banquet of all.
You came after all. You look absolutely beautiful. You're like an angel from heaven.
I heard this place serves a mean steak.
Yeah, it's delicious, all right. But first, let's watch the fireworks, okay? See? Aren't they amazing?
To enjoy yourself.
You know, I really want to thank you for coming out with me.
How many times do I have to tell you? I'm just here for the steak.
Sure. We're just eating, right? My girl won't get mad at me for that.
Why do you still call her my girl? I thought she dumped you.
Actually, about that, I kind of embellished things. When you saw me looking so blue, it wasn't because I was dumped. See, well, the thing is, me and my girl were engaged to be married. But then she died. It happened so suddenly. I was in shock.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
But then you came along, and I invited you out, and you said yes. And you even showed up. I mean, I didn't think you would. You don't know me from Adam. My girl and I had been looking forward to this day for weeks and weeks. She loved the fireworks of Yusnan. She said seeing them made her forget about the end of the world. But then, all of a sudden, she was gone for good. I think she guided you here, so I could enjoy the fireworks for us both. It sounds crazy, but it could be true. Stranger things have happened.
Why don't we go work with the volunteers? Is that you? It is, isn't it? You're the Knight of Light. Perhaps you could help me where others could not.
That depends on what you want me to do. So who are you?
Perhaps you've heard of me and my work. I am the man who uses forbidden alchemy to create the ensorcelled machine. Alchemists investigate the very essence of souls and life, the original natural philosophers. Alchemy is an ancient discipline with many rules and laws. And it pains me to confess I broke one of the most sacrosanct taboos of all.
Look, if it's forgiveness you're after, why don't you talk to the priests?
I seek redemption, but no priest can provide it. Behold, the fruits of my crime, the sorcery machine that I created.
That's your doing? That thing powered by chaos?
I had a feeling you'd understand. You could see its essence, can't you? Please, help me. Help us all. You have to destroy that thing. Already, countless brave warriors have lost their lives at its hands.
The killings are not gonna end until someone stops that thing. And it looks like that someone has to be me.
Thank you. You're my last hope. Although I built the accursed thing, I am powerless to stop it. It's grown far stronger than I ever imagined it would. With each victory, it consumes the soul of its victim, and thus it grows more powerful.
Bloodsport fans, let me hear you! Our ultimate challenger is taking on the ultimate foe. The scourge of the slaughterhouse has defeated every other foe. Give it up for the indomitable Knight of Light! Lightning, it's your time!
Close your eyes. I'll be quick. Keep up if you can. You surprised? Eyes to the future. Blood's up now. Time can't be stopped. Eyes to the future. Blood's up now. Let's do it. You're down. Easy now. Final words?
Check it out, fans! Lightning looks death in the eye and stirs it down. She wins the fight! We've got a champion in the making!
Oh, how can I ever thank you enough? The machine has been defeated, and at last his soul can rest in peace. You have saved him.
You talk about that machine as if it was a living thing. Do you think machines have souls?
No, of course not. But that one, it was special. It was not like any other machine in the world. The truth is, my brother's soul was inside it.
Your brother?
It was my doing. Alchemy was the key. It was forbidden magic. I knew that, but I yearned to try it. I took the soul of my living brother and placed it inside the machine.
That's madness. Why would you do something like that?
When people stopped dying of old age, I lost sense of the true value of life. When I carried out that experiment, it wasn't just my brother who died. Now that my brother's soul has been released at last, there's only one thing left for me. I must pay the ultimate price.
You want to believe that dying will absolve you, but you know that's not true. It's the coward's way out, that's all. If you really care about redemption, then you have no choice but to keep on living. You have to regret what you did for the rest of your life, until the end comes.
And if I do that, if I live for eternity suffering the guilt of my crime, will I find forgiveness in the end? Will the guilt ever be lifted?
I wish I could promise it will. But either way, you owe it to yourself and the men who died, whether or not it brings forgiveness.
So, did you try my new nectar? Did it have any effect?
Yes, it really did.
Ah, that is wonderful news.
Except the effect wore off too quickly. It has to last longer to be really useful.
A simple matter. For the purposes of the experiment, I deliberately reduced the potency, in case of side effects, you see. It will be the work of mere seconds to mix a more concentrated and potent version. I'm sorry to keep you waiting. This latest iteration I have named Miracle Nectar. Drink it to soothe your soul and restore your psyche, meaning it will free you from curses, leaving you mentally prepared to face any foe.
I don't believe you. That's what you said the first version was supposed to do, but it didn't do a thing.
I forget that you are a mere layperson and need things spelled out. On that occasion, I was referring to the goal of my research. Now I am presenting the results. Anyway, do try it.
You sure know how to make a girl wait, don't you? Let's do this.